Those of you who know who Steve Ditko is know that he created Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, among a number of other characters. But today I received in the mail the latest issue of Mr. A. This is published by Snyder and Ditko, and the way you can get these comics is going to Kickstarter.com and supporting their publication. When you do so, you choose an award, and what I chose was a one-year subscription to the comics, which is put out by Robin Snyder. Comes out generally every month, sometimes every couple of months, and it's a history of the comics that really gives a lot of information about the golden and silver age of comics. Also, the real great thing about this is it has occasional editorials written by Steve Ditko himself. If you read the newspapers, Steve Ditko is often caricatured as a recluse, sort of a J.D. Salinger type misanthrope. But the fact is, he writes continuously. And if you want to know what he thinks and what he's up to, you can just subscribe and you can read his editorials. I'm going to go through these more in detail at a later video, but I just wanted to show you he is still creating comics. And although there is a very definite Ditko style, now I look at this and I immediately see Ditko. There's an evolution also. For one thing, black and white. Now, I asked Robin Snyder, is Ditko creating black and white comics because he doesn't have the resources or support to do color comics, or is it an aesthetic choice? And Snyder responded, absolutely an aesthetic choice. This is what Ditko wants to do. And consider how few comic book artists would create a black and white comic because that's what they feel artistically is what they want to do. The vast majority of people, artists, are drawn to the marketplace and are motivated by the marketplace, and color comics are what sells. So there is a level of integrity, I believe, in Ditko's work. The other thing that's really unique, the fact is there's a whole philosophy that Ditko has, and often if you read the papers, the reviews, critics say, well, he is simply becoming a slave to Ayn Rand's theory of objectivism. I completely disagree with that. I feel that while Ditko clearly is influenced by Ayn Rand, his philosophy is individualistic, in other words, unique to him. And it really strikes me that he is if not the only, one of the few cartoonists who even takes the risk of expressing a philosophy. If you look at certain cartoonists like David Sim, who would presume to have a philosophy, their philosophy is such a mishmash of mysticism and misogyny. It's a true example of neurosis. There's no philosophy there. It's really a reflection of of the neurotic mind. And Sim, in his interviews, has said that he has either experienced or suffers from schizophrenia, so that's not surprising. But Ditko is expressing a philosophy, and I don't feel he's given credit for that. Certainly not by the critics that I've read. So this is just a preview. I'm going to go through in more detail Ditko's newest issue of Mr. A, and I'm going to review his editorial. But I encourage anyone who's interested in Ditko's work to go to either the website, just Google Snyder Ditko on Google, and you'll go to their website, or go to Kickstarter.com and support one of their campaigns.